Hello. Today is Sunday the 20th of February 2022. It has been announced this morning that our Queen Elizabeth II has tested positive for COVID. At this point, everything is looking hopeful and she is well cared for. But she is 95 years old and an old lady. She has been on the throne 70 years, and this year, starting on the 6th of February 22, marked the beginning of the Platinum Jubilee year. The portrait you see here was done by Philip de Laszlo of Princess Elizabeth, as she was then, in 1933. She was the elder of King George VI's two daughters, and next in line to the throne. At the time of her father's death, who she was very close to, she was in Kenya, and she was crowned Queen Elizabeth II on June the 2nd, 1953, at the age of 27. When she was a very young woman, she met Prince Philip, and they married and had 73 years of marriage. Prince Philip died on the 9th of April 2021, making Elizabeth the first British monarch to reign as a widow or widower since Queen Victoria. She has remarked in private that his death left a huge void. She is a very stoic, brave lady, and whether you are a monarchist or not, she continues to uphold the values that she was taught as a child to serve her country. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, the Queen sat alone at Philip's funeral service, and the images of her sitting alone drew sympathy from many people around the world who also are going through similar circumstances of not being able to attend loved ones' funerals, and still are in many cases. And despite the pandemic, though, the Queen has taken part in the 2021 state opening of Parliament and continued her duties as best she can, as many of us have done, with the valuable asset of the internet, Zoom calls, etc. We wish her a speedy recovery. She has served her country and is serving her country, and many of us will never see the like of her again, whether you're a monarchist or not. She is indeed a real platinum lady. So, good health, Queen Elizabeth. Rest up, like the rest of us have to do. Stay safe. Carry pink.
We're going to interrupt that programme because we have heard in the last few minutes that Buckingham Palace has confirmed that the Queen has today tested positive for COVID-19. Monarch is experiencing mild, cold-like symptoms, we are told, but expects to continue light duties at Windsor over the coming weeks. She will continue to receive medical attention and will follow all appropriate guidelines. That is just coming in to us from Buckingham Palace. So I'll just read that statement again, that the Queen has tested positive for COVID-19, says the Palace, and is experiencing mild cold-like symptoms, but does expect to continue light duties at Windsor over the next few days, and is going to continue to get medical attention and will follow all the appropriate guidelines. Let's just give you a little bit of background to that. And we knew that Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, had actually tested positive 2 days, met the Queen 2 days before testing positive. That was a few days ago. And the previous evening, he and the Duchess of Cornwall had met the Chancellor Rishi Sunak and others at a reception at the British Museum. That was a number of days ago. The 73-year-old heir to the throne had previously caught the virus in March 2020 when he reported only mild symptoms. Let me just repeat the statement we've just had in from Buckingham Palace then, that the Queen, who is 95 years of old, has tested positive for COVID, is experiencing mild cold-like symptoms, but does expect to be carrying out light duties in the coming week. These are some recent pictures of the Queen at Windsor Castle. The royal household does have its own royal physicians. The Queen's doctors will be on hand to take care of and to monitor the Queen. And Professor Sir Hugh Thomas is head of the medical household and physician to the Queen, and he would be expected to be in charge at the moment. But we are being told, and the Palace stressing this, that the symptoms at the moment are mild, just like a cold, and that in fact the Queen will be carrying on with her duties, light duties. But of course there will be concern that the Queen, who is 95 years of age and has the Platinum Jubilee celebrations this year for her 70 years on the throne. That was 70 years on February the 6th. She reached the extraordinary milestone of 70 years on the throne. But there will be concern, of course, that she has contracted COVID-19.